Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing really well. In today's vlog, I am going to bring you guys behind the scenes of doing some dressage training with Mayo, my young horse. I basically filmed my training session with him yesterday and forgot to film an intro, so here's the intro for it. I have done a bit of a voiceover with the video so I can sort of explain to you guys what I'm doing with him at the moment. He's feeling really good, he's feeling really fresh, really well in himself, so I'm super excited to get hopefully cracking with him this year. You guys need to ignore the state of him though. I always feel like whenever I bring him on my channel, I'm always like, oh, like he looks really bad, like I'm sorry, one day he'll look better. But I went to clip him the other day and my clippers literally gave up like halfway through my clip, which is so frustrating. I've only had them like 2 years and I've probably done not even 10 clips with them. So if any of you guys have had issues with your clippers, please let me know. They basically like just gave up half. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to put my camera down because I literally trained arms and chest at the gym yesterday, and when I say to you, I literally can't hold my tripod, so I'm just gonna put you guys, apparently I'm not gonna put you here because apparently the table's like really slippy. I was so cross when I was clipping him. I started clipping him, I was doing the clip, I don't know what it's called, but from like his sort of like tummy up to his neck, like a little like big trace clip. I don't even know what it's called. My wrist just broke then. I don't know if anyone heard that. My wrist literally just like broke. And yeah, I started it and his coat was looking so nice. I literally could see him coming out like really soft, really shiny, and they gave up before I even could start his face line. So that was really frustrating. I think it's actually like a fault with the clippers because they've done it before and we took them in to get them repaired, and the people at the shop just said they thought it was because they overheated, which I didn't know if I fully believed because I'm really good at like turning them off and letting them cool down. So yeah, that's really annoying, hence why he looks a little bit of a state, but we're going to ignore that. I really hope you enjoy watching our training together. So I decided to take Mayo outdoors today, and let's just say I'm very lucky to have an indoor school at our yard, and I've definitely got used to riding inside, especially with all the shitty weather we've had recently. So he's a little bit spicier when we take him outside. He's a little bit fresher, he's looking at things a little bit more, but my New Year's resolution with riding was actually to try and get my brave pants on a little bit more and to ride him outside, to expose him to a few more things and just to, yeah, sort of get on with it. So that's what we did today. It was actually quite windy. But yeah, I'll just give you a little voiceover about how I've been working him recently. So I normally start off by giving Mayo quite a stretch, but he was pretty tense, he was pretty fresh, so I didn't want to sort of give him too much excuse to do anything cheeky. So I actually started off by keeping him quite forward today, and I always warm my horses up by getting them supple through their body. So for me, I love to start off with loads of shoulder ins, loads of traverse, lots of wrong shoulder ins, and just really sort of get them bending round my leg. So Mayo has quite a tendency to come quite short in the neck. He's naturally got quite a short neck. He's got quite long legs and actually a fairly long body for a small horse, but quite a short neck. So this exercise that I've been doing recently is going down the long side and doing sort of shoulder ins, and once they're secure, then sort of going into like wrong shoulder in or more of a leg yieldy type feeling down the outside of the school. And then down the short side, I've been pushing him on and really sort of offering him the contact to try and get him to take the contact down and forward a little bit more. And I really find that exercise helps him just develop that trot a little bit more as well. Really gets him moving through his body, moving over his back, and just starting to take the contact forward a little bit more as well. So I love this exercise. I have been doing it on the circle quite a lot recently as well. So doing sort of like the shoulder ins and the traverse, and then when I get him through his body, then sort of offering him to stretch a little bit more on the circle. But today I was making use of our lovely big outdoor arena and using the long sides, and you can really see his trot starting to develop a little bit more down that short side. So I was really pleased with him today with how he was moving. I really need to keep my hands from literally going into my stomach watching this back. Oh my god, I need to do some serious like position work with a horse. I find it so hard though having a youngster. I don't know if any of you guys can relate, but having a youngster, you're so busy sort of focusing on them and worrying about how they're going that I just forget to think about myself, and my position has definitely lost a little bit of, I would say, perfection, but I've never I've never had a perfect position. But yeah, I definitely could do with doing a few lunge lessons on more of a schoolmaster or more of a sensible horse. Anyway, I'm waffling now. So once I've got him supple in the trot, I then basically do the exact same in the canter. So again, I start off by getting him into sort of like a shoulder in, shoulder forward type feeling down the long side, and then I think in a minute I then change that into the wrong shoulder in, sort of leg yieldy feeling down the long side as well. And again, pushing him on a little bit more through the short side, offering him that contact, trying to get him to take the contact out a little bit more. And as you can see here, he has a tendency when I try and pop him into sort of shoulder four type feeling to sort of go quite up and down in the canter and to sort of come back at me a little bit. I think that's just where he finds it a little bit tricky. He's actually 7 this year, but he was I think he was backed as a rising 5-year-old, and then we lost a year due to an injury with him as well. So I always see him more as a 5-year-old rising 6. So yeah, this is all still pretty new to him. I've only really started doing proper sort of lateral work in the last couple of months, I'd say. So it's all still very new to him. It's just a learning process, but I've definitely found the more work we've been doing with the lateral work, like the more supple he's become, and then the better he's moving as well. So yeah, I'm really pleased with how he's going at the moment. So we had a bit of a moment here where I nearly ran over my mum who was filming. My aim here was, now that I had him sort of quite supple through his body, was to now try and sit the canter back a little bit more, so sort of to collect the canter a bit more. But Mayo seemed to think that I was asking him for shoulder in again on the circle, because like I said earlier, that's another exercise that I've been doing, is doing the lateral work on the circle, and I think it was just a little bit of miscommunication. So I didn't make a big deal of it. I just sort of kept asking. You can see him there. He's trying to go into the position himself, the cheeky boy. But yeah, I didn't make a big deal out of it. Kept him on the circle and then tried to bring the canter back a little bit more. And you can see I'm kind of getting it there. He's still not very strong behind. I think he's got a lot more strength to build up. So I sort of take what I can get with the collected work from him and lots of pats when I do get it. So then I basically repeat the same exercise on the left rein, and the left rein is definitely my weaker side. He's a weird one. I'd say he's stronger right, but easier to get body bend left. He's a bit confusing. He's very hypermobile, and yeah, he's a little bit of a strange one. Anyway, I think my camera died. Again, classic from me. Sorry about that, guys. But I basically just repeated the same on the left rein and then finished off by giving him a nice stretch. And our session today was about half an hour in length. That's normally how long I ride him when I ride him in the school. I don't really like doing much more than that at the moment. But yeah, a nice stretch to finish off, and I was really pleased with him. So I really hope you enjoyed watching this training video. It's definitely far from perfect, but I would really like to start sharing a little bit more of my riding journey with him. I'm really enjoying producing him. He's a little dream. He's such a cute little pocket rocket. And yeah, I'm just super excited for this year to try and hopefully get him out to some more arena hires, maybe do a few more shows, and just get him to sort of see the world. So yeah, thank you so much for watching.